So, Bafana Bafana are out to rescue their Africa Cup of Nations campaign tonight. South Africa take on their neighbours Namibia in a Group E match and cannot afford to lose this match after a damaging defeat to Mali earlier on in their tournament opener. The city of Korogo will host the match, and South Africa has a fair share of journalists who are covering this year's tournament, and one of them is Mthokozisi Dube, FARPost editor, who joins us live this morning from Korogo on Zoom. Mthokozisi, thank you so much for your time this morning. So we've stressed it enough. South Africa have to beat Namibia today to at least give themselves a fighting chance of qualifying for the last round of 16. Mthokozisi, I beg your pardon. A lot has been said about Bafana Bafana's performance against Mali. South Africans, in a sense, have almost given up on Bafana Bafana. Talk to me about this match. Can Bafana Bafana beat Namibia tonight?
Good morning, Rachel, and good morning to the viewers. Look, yeah, I think we've spent quite a bit of time with the team in the last 3 days. I think we obviously wanted to see what the mood was like in camp. I can tell you that there's a lot of positivity, amongst the team. They know very well that Namibia won't be an easy, team to play against. I mean, they are a hard-running team, full of energy. We saw their coach yesterday during the press conference, saying that these players understand the responsibility that's on their shoulders, that they carry the pride of the nation. They want to fight for the nation of Namibia, which obviously when you then listen to our coach, a bit different, not the same energy that we got from the Namibia coach, but from the players. I think we've spoken to them and they're saying, look, there's an element of pride. We play against these Namibia players in the PSL, the Peter Shaluliles, the John Ottos, Bethel Muzeus, and there is no way we're going to let them beat us, We want to progress to the knockout stages, and the first thing that we need to do now is to correct the mistakes we made against Mali. I think the biggest mistake they point out was that they missed a lot of scoring opportunities. So they want to correct that and, get a result today and get their campaign back on track. So, yeah, the mood, there's a lot of, positivity. There's a lot of hunger to actually get a result tonight.
Talk to me, though, about that result from last night, very quickly, as we try to understand what that result between Tunisia and Mali mean. They played out to a 1-1 draw. They are also in the same group as Bafana Bafana. What does that result mean for Bafana?
Very interesting. I think it's the best result for us, because what it means is Mali stays on 4 points after a win and a draw. Tunisia are on 1 point after only draw because they lost to Namibia. And then if we beat Namibia, we go second, but we joined. We've got 3 points with Namibia, and then we'd have to then beat Tunisia, or we can even get a draw. I don't see Namibia beating Mali, but of course, to be safe and not have to hold calculators, we just need to win the next 2 games so that we safely make it to the knockout stage. So that was a good result for us. I would have also been okay with Mali winning the game, because I think they are the strongest team in the group based on the performances that we've seen so far. But that was a good, fair result for Bafana Bafana. But watching Tunisia yesterday, they looked like a whole different team. And I know they won't be an easy team to play against for us in the third game of the group.
All right. One thing you speak about is that obviously Bafana Bafana have to beat Namibia as well as their last game against Tunisia. But of course, the only way Bafana Bafana can win games is to score goals, Mthokozisi, and that has been a problem in this Bafana Bafana squad. We saw how chances were missed by the likes of Zakilele Pasa, as well as Evidence Mahopa. It's almost like, we missed the absence, we missed the likes of Lebu Mutiba, as well as Lau Foster in that game. So where are the goals supposed to come from if our strikers are not converting?
When you remind me of Lyle Foster, I feel this would have been his tournament, to establish himself as the leading Bafana Bafana striker, but it is what it is. I think, look, it's been a challenge for quite a while. I mean, we look at the number of goals that we've scored in the last, let's say, 28 games. I think averaging, almost just under 2 goals per game. Not good enough. I think especially going into this game against Namibia, I think we would need a 2-0 win. I mean, we lost 2-0 just to cancel out in terms of your goal difference. But I feel the midfielders will have to chip in with goals. We've seen, Tempazwane, of course, this season has not scored too many goals, but hopefully today he brings his scoring boots. And I was actually just looking at the midfield that played there, where you had Tebogo Mokoena and Spepelos Tole, play as more of a double six. I think if one of them then plays as an active 8, sort of advancing and helping, Tempazwane, so that we can have a bit more creativity. I think we could be in a much better position. Thapelo Morena carries a lot of experience, big match temperament, scores goals in big matches in the Champions League. I think he's someone that we can bring in. And on the left wing there, Pesito also has goals in him. So I feel they'll need to bring their scoring boots and get us at least 2 goals. Of course, there's evidence. Mahopa, I spoke to him and he said to me, listen, I know this is my responsibility. I need to get goals for Bafana Bafana. So yeah, we'll be looking for goals from those. And then, and people like Tebogo Mokoena are able to get goals from range. We've seen a number of Tebogo Mokoena trademark goals. So we'll need him to also bring his scoring books, and wherever the goals can come from, we'll take them.
It's an exciting matchup because players in these teams know each other very well. You've alluded already to it. Many of them playing in the DStv Premiership right here at home. How much of that do you think is going to influence Hugo Broos's lineup today? Are we likely to see a Mamelodi Sundowns backline, a whole backline that is going to have to stop Peter Shalulile to get the goals on the back of the net for Namibia? How are you expecting this lineup to look like for Bafana Bafana?
Yeah, quite interesting, because I actually wrote a story yesterday just looking at the areas where I feel Hugo Broos needs to fix, and looking at the defense. It ended up being an all Sundowns defense, because you'd have Khuliso Mutau on the right, or Primo Tiba on the left, and then in central defense you'd have Grant Kekana replacing Sianda Kulu alongside Mthubi Mvala. Those are all Sundowns players, and obviously in goals, Ronald Williams, another Sundowns player. So a big 5 of Sundowns, and then in midfield, Tebogo Mokoena partnering Yaya Stole, and then Tempazwane behind the main striker, who would be Evidence Mahopa, and then on the left wing, Thapelo Morena replacing Thapelo Masego, another Sundowns player, and then on the right, Pesitao. That's how I see Hugo Broos setting up his team today. And I feel, keeping Thapelo Masego on the bench would actually help and bring him on late in the game, because Namibia play with Ryan Nyambe on the right. He plays for Derby County in England and loves venturing forward, so we could actually exploit that space behind when we bring in a Thapelo Masego late in the game. But I still think Thapelo Morena can do the job, on the left. So yeah, I think that's how I see Hugo Broos setting up his team.
All right, Mthokozisi, I appreciate your time this morning on the Weekend Report. It's going to be a great game, hoping that Bafana Bafana will get that result. Enjoy it, and we'll talk soon. Thank you so much for your time.